Coming up on this edition of City Span, we'll dive into the details regarding the Cultural Arts Center, the fruitful programs, and the need for a new venue. Waters Avenue is getting a facelift, beautification, and renovation, an enterprise zone with big potential. We'll swear in some new officers, check in with our youth. After all, it's the sign of the times. Straight ahead on City Span, your source for news, information, and entertainment in and about the city of Savannah. Hi everybody, Ken Slatz here, ready to take you through a half hour of news, education, entertainment, and a little bit of sports right here on City Span, Savannah's source to keep you in the know. Our hot topic to start us off, Savannah's Cultural Arts Center. Process is underway for a new multi-million-dollar facility. Why is this important to you? Aaron Seals tells us.
I've been taking classes with Christy for the past 5 years. And it's been absolutely wonderful. I've made friends here. It's a wonderful place to make friends. It's a wonderful place to learn new skills.
For over 25 years, the City of Savannah Department of Cultural Affairs has been the arts hub for local artists, citizens, and students. Located in the heart of Midtown, between Whitaker and Bull Street, the 17,000 square foot facility houses an art gallery, 100-seat black box theater, classrooms, and administrative offices. With over 8,000 patrons a year and classes and camps filled to capacity, this arts venue has not only outgrown its size, but also in opportunities. Cultural Affairs Commission Chair Raymond Gaddy says the new Arts Center will be a place to explore more opportunities to create and build the arts community.
Well, the DCA has done a lot of great things in the current space, but they really need some room to grow, and the gallery and the classrooms and the new theater would provide that space for that growth, provided new opportunities to bring in more students, bring in some new performances, and really showcase a lot of the local Savannah artists.
Along with the purchases of art services, the department stays busy with camps, workshops, and visual arts classes. Students gather here every day to challenge their inner artist.
I've been making pottery and playing with ceramics for about 3 years. I enjoy coming down here and being with other people, feeding off of each other's creativity. We enjoy interacting, think of new processes, and then I'm able to take that home as well. The new space would probably give us a little more room to spread out as it is now. If we get 4 hand builders here in the front room, we're full.
The new Cultural Arts Center will encompass spacious classrooms, state-of-the-art gallery, and modern studio space. Commissioner Gaddy says he's hopeful that the new center will serve as a landmark for Savannah's arts sector.
There'll be the theater. The new gallery will bring in tourists to see our local artists. And we've got such a great arts district developing in that area. The Civic Center's right there. There's a lot of SCAD buildings right there. And I really see it as a good focal point for the city and the arts.
I think having a new space with wonderful lighting and updated equipment will be wonderful for the instructors as well as for the students. I think that it'll attract more students, and I think that it will really benefit the artist community in Savannah.
For the Cultural Affairs Department, I'm Aaron Seals, reporting for SGTV.
Ground was broken on the new facility last November. Site work currently underway. A couple of months ago, we brought you the story of the first phase of the Waters Avenue project, beautification of the area from Wheaton to Victory. It all started at the 37th Street corner. Work is now moved north for the continuation of Phase 1.
Right now, we're down around 33rd and 32nd Street, continuing with the work on the crosswalks and the sidewalk going in. And Georgia Power has actually started near Anderson, and they're working their way back, installing these street lights.
The lights will be illuminating new crosswalks and sidewalks with the intent of making this Waters Avenue zone more appealing to small business owners and residents alike.
it's definitely improved the appearance of the overall corridor.
That works alongside with the recently approved enterprise zone, which provides pretty significant incentives, financial incentives for developers and businesses that want to move into the neighborhood. All these things, we like to layer incentives on top of streetscape plans, on top of engaging the local residents, engaging the local business community, all in the efforts of creating development, creating the right environment for businesses to move in, for developers to come in.
Over on the west side of the city, work is also underway to beautify that corridor.
Augusta Avenue is another one of the city's target corridors, which has been a focus for some time and continues to be a major focus for the city. Our goal there, similar to Waters Avenue, is making sure that we're making the right streetscape improvements, making the neighborhood safe and as beautiful as possible so that local businesses, local developers can come in and continue to grow that community. The city has worked hand in hand with local residents as well as key stakeholders to develop a plan for Augusta Avenue, as well as some of the other key corridors throughout the city, knowing very well that nothing happens in the right way unless you engage the community, and that it's difficult to provide the right level of assistance and the right programming if you don't speak to the residents themselves.
Which is one of the city's major objectives. Reach out to the citizens through constant neighborhood association meetings. Savannah's trying to capitalize on the uptake in the economy.
But really it's these kind of micro neighborhood type of development that the city's engaging in that hopefully sends a signal to business owners and to developers that the time is right for a little bit of investment in communities.
The Savannah Bananas are set to hit the field at historic Grayson Stadium June 2nd. That's the home opener. We recently found out in dramatic fashion who or what will be the team's mascot.
Are you ready? Please welcome the world's strongest banana, the king of potassium. Please welcome Split!
That's right, Split. Pretty appropriate for the Savannah Bananas. It is a college wood bat league set to play at Grayson Stadium this summer. Team owner Jesse Cole even sported that big bright yellow suit to ring in the city's new mascot.
Split is huge for the Bananas, huge for the Savannah community. We're excited to have Hurd Elementary here, the kids going bananas and having fun. We feel Split is the perfect representative of Savannah Bananas.
The Savannah Banana crew put on quite a show at Hurd Elementary. By the way, we posted the announcement the day it happened on our City of Savannah Facebook page. It garnered more than 30,000 views in less than a week. That indeed, folks, is potassium power in Savannah. Just a reminder, they'll play their home opener. That's June 2nd. It's a Thursday night at historic Grayson Stadium. They'll also be home Friday. They have their full schedule on their website at thesavannahbananas.com. So what's been hot on the City of Savannah's Facebook page besides that story? Our trending topic is all about the many, many festivals in our Queen City. Our Saja Hours is tangled in Savannah's web.
This month we took to Facebook to ask what's your favorite festival or special event in Savannah, and we received a tremendous response. Thanks to everyone for liking, commenting, and sharing our post. Letha Moore's favorite is the Black Heritage Festival. She wrote, "Every year, Mrs. James and her committee showcase the diversity within our culture and the beauty of a people. Thanks, City of Savannah, for your partnership." Laura Walker chose 3 great events, writing, "The Savannah Music Festival is in a class by itself, but second for my family are Picnic in the Park and Terrafesh." Janice Clement is a fan of the Savannah Scottish Games at Bethesda Academy. She wrote, "Love the sound of the pipes and watching the athletes throw telephone poles." Personally, I'm a big fan of Picnic in the Park, but I'm a little biased, since that's where I got married. Remember, to stay on top of the latest news, information, and entertainment from the city, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/City of Savannah and on Twitter at City of Savannah. Tangled in the City of Savannah's web, I'm Saja Hours.
Thanks a lot, Saja. Great job. Savannah's Code Enforcement Department, they continue to grow. 7 new officers hitting the streets to make Savannah a cleaner, safer place to live.
and that I will give
true faith and allegiance to the laws and ordinances of the City of Savannah,
City Marshal Cindy Landolt swearing in the 7 new code enforcement officers. They will join 14 others stationed throughout Savannah's neighborhoods. They will be responsible for educating the citizens and enforcing those city codes like parking, blight, overgrown grass, and many others.
I'm very appreciative to be in this position to try to help continue beautifying Savannah, so that we can all be comfortable living here. It's beautiful, and I just would like to have my hand in maintaining that.
It's very important for us because we're partnering with neighborhood associations. We want our code staff to be like the cherished cop on the beat, if you will. They will be attending the neighborhood association meetings, and really it's a partnership. And when we do what we can to enforce the code, but at the end of the day, it's really up to the neighbors to partner with us.
You can catch a full half-hour special on code enforcement running right now on SGTV. That's Comcast Channel 8. Savannah Fire and Emergency Services recently recognized 3 firefighters for outstanding service and contributions to the department and the city. Mark Keller introduces us to these exceptional firefighters.
Captain Floyd, Firefighter of the Year Award.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Captain Stephen Floyd, an 18-year veteran of the department, was honored as the Fire Officer of the Year during a luncheon sponsored by the Southside Optimist Club. Captain Floyd has spent his career as a member of an engine company. He currently is assigned to Engine 11, which is housed at the fire station near Savannah Mall. He was promoted to his current rank in 2007, and he presently serves as an acting battalion chief. Captain Floyd holds national certifications as Fire Officer 1, 2, and 3, Instructor 1 and 2, as well as Hazmat Awareness and Hazmat Operations. Captain Floyd is also one of only 2 Savannah firefighters who are certified as an SCBA Tech Level 3. He was selected for the award from nominations submitted by department personnel.
That is why this award is so special to me. In my career, I've always wanted this one. I've always wanted it, but I'm just honored because it is my coworkers that nominate me, and that says a lot that they do respect me and appreciate the work that I do at the station.
Captain Floyd has served on the department's safety committee. He is a liaison within the department's incident command system, and he earned an associate's degree in nursing from Armstrong State University. 2 firefighters were honored at a ceremony sponsored by Avon Protection Systems. Advanced firefighter Christopher Deacle was named the Savannah Firefighter of the Year, and advanced firefighter Christopher Berry was honored as the Rookie Firefighter of the Year. Deacle is a graduate of Columbia Southern University, where he earned a degree in fire science. His certifications include MPQ Fire Officer 1 and Fire Instructor 1. He is an Avon ISI SCBA Tech 4, one of only 3 on the department. He is assigned to Engine 11, where he is an integral part of the department's SCBA maintenance and repair program. Barry is a graduate of Savannah Fire's Recruit Class 2014-02. He is currently assigned to Engine 7. He and his wife Natalie moved to Savannah in 2011 from South Florida, and he says he immediately became interested in joining Savannah Fire. Barry earned a bachelor's and a master's degree in criminal forensic studies from Florida Gulf Coast University in Fort Myers, Florida. Congratulations to these fine firefighters and City of Savannah employees. For CitySpan, I'm Mark Keller.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Coming up after the break, we're going to take you on a tour of one of Savannah's most unique cemeteries. Plus, bank on this.
This can save you a lot of money.
We'll help you protect your money. That's all coming up on this edition of CitySpan.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Glad to have you back here on the show. Did you know that the city of Savannah maintains 7 cemeteries, many of which include a lot of important historical figures? Bonaventure gets the most attention, but Laurel Grove North and South are sort of hidden gems.
Laurel Grove was purchased by the city from the descendants of Joseph Stiles, who were in ownership of the place in 1838.
That's 178 years of history on this 70 acres of this peaceful place. Historian Hugh Golson so eloquently describes the uniqueness of this cemetery.
You were to get away from the dreary, drab, tight downtown cemetery plots and come to a garden where it would be so much more pleasant. You wouldn't grieve so much.
This is a hidden gem is what I call the cemetery. This is the cemetery when I started with the cemeteries department. This is where I started.
Richard Gerbasi is tasked with preserving and maintaining nearly 18 decades of history.
Every structure here tells a story.
This is the most visited site at Laurel Grove because it is the burial site of Juliette Gordon Low, the founder of the Girl Scouts. She died in 1927. She is buried in a full Girl Scout uniform, and she has in her hand a telegram from Girl Scouts headquarters that says, "You are the first and the best of all Scouts." And Girl Scouts love to come out not only to visit, but to leave a few things. I see some daisies have been left now. Sometimes they'll write little notes and leave them in Ziploc bags.
Along with Juliette Gordon Low, Laurel Grove North is also the resting place for Mary Marshall from the Marshall House, James Pierpont, who penned Jingle Bells, the Habershams, the Weeks, and many other historical figures and families throughout Savannah's history.
It's our responsibility as the Department of Cemeteries, as the city, and just as a citizen to try to preserve that history and that culture.
I think there's under 20 burials here a year, so there's very light footprint out here. And the city has to maintain an expensive place that generates zip.
You have to find that balance between being a public cemetery, being an outdoor museum, in essence. And you have to find that balance, and we can't just close the gate and freeze time. So it still has to be available to the public. We have to do our duty and our due diligence to make sure we maintain and conserve the cemetery as it sits, with hope that we can preserve it, the longevity of it.
As Gerbasi says, it is truly a hidden gem. You can tour the cemetery throughout the week and weekends. Hours are 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. You can also catch our full video tour. That's airing throughout the month on SGTV and on the City of Savannah's YouTube page. Mayor Eddie Deloach joined Chatham County Board of Commissioners Chairman Al Scott for the celebration of National Service Day. It's a nationwide effort to recognize the major impact of volunteers providing a national service. More than 450 AmeriCorps members and Senior Corps volunteers serve in our county. Their support is vital to Senior Citizens, Inc., the Economic Opportunity Authority, Step Up Savannah, and many other local organizations. It's a city-county partnership working to improve lives and strengthen the community through national service.
If I could have anything to represent our community, that's what we need to be able to say, that we've got this many volunteers, and those volunteers have volunteers that help them, like at Senior Citizen. There's hundreds of people that deliver Meals on Wheels. You will see through the years, you'll see more and more of that partnership. And it doesn't matter whether you're in the county or whether you're in the city. If you got a need and we're supposed to service that, there's an opportunity by combining forces and combining monies and combining facilities to make this thing happen between us, the school board, and in the county.
2,900 mayors and county officials across the country celebrated National Service Day. The Savannah Youth Ambassadors are getting ready to learn about community involvement and leadership and, well, many other traits to help them go far in life. Some of the ambassadors are returning for their second year of this summer program. Michaela is one of the veterans, a sophomore at Bible Baptist School. She's taking last year's experiences and feeling confident toward year number 2.
And it was night and day from the beginning of the program to the end of the program. And at the last ceremony for the program, she even sang a solo, well, I guess a duet with another young lady. And it was impressive to see.
I'm hoping that this year, when I help the other ambassadors learn what they need to do and teach them what they need to learn about leadership and how they can apply it to their lives. And I want to branch out to people who are just like me and help them out.
The Savannah Youth Ambassadors meet several days each week throughout June and July. It is a great program preparing our youth for becoming responsible adults for college and beyond. That was the scene at FEILER Park in Midtown Savannah, a neighborhood that's undergone some considerable capital improvements over the past decade. Sidewalks, a traffic signal at the corner of Montgomery and Medding Streets, along with nearly a dozen new houses built on vacant lots. It is the perfect situation with the city and the neighborhood association coming together.
At this corner of great improvements of Montgomery and Medding Streets is the latest of nearly $2.25 million in neighborhood capital improvements made by the City of Savannah, resulting from the FEILER Park Mini Urban Redevelopment Plan that was adopted back in 2004 by the city with support from neighborhood residents and property owners.
I appreciate those neighborhood associations that recognize that working together does work. And we are very, very pleased at the council level to be able to engage in services with the neighborhood associations that who are doing their best to make sure that they enhance the quality of life for all of our citizens.
Who have walked this road with us for several years, for a number of years. I'm so excited because it feels like this is the cherry on top of the sundae, the sign that welcomes everyone into the neighborhood.
That sign was unveiled at the southwest corner of Medding and Montgomery Streets. Each month on CitySpan, we team up with the folks at Bank on Savannah, an initiative of Step Up Savannah, to bring you easy tips to help you make the most of your hard-earned money. With more, here's Richard Reeve of Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Savannah.
America's largest three banks made over $5.1 billion last year from overdraft fees. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the typical overdraft fee is $34. Yet the majority of overdrafts occur on transactions of $24 or less. A checking account is a great tool to pay your bills, but like most tools, you need to know how to use it. Today, we are discussing overdraft protection. So you're out shopping and you only have $20 in your account, and you try to buy something that costs $30. One of two things could happen. One, if you don't have overdraft protection on your account, the transaction will be denied. This can be embarrassing, but it will prevent you from spending more money than you have. Two, if you've opted for overdraft protection, the bank will allow you to buy the $30 item, but will charge you a fee for this service. You will have to pay back the $10 you overspent plus an overdraft fee, which in some cases can be as high as $40. In this example, that $30 item could actually cost you $70. Keep in mind, having what banks call overdraft protection connected to your account is optional, and you can opt out of it at any time. Remember to keep track of how much you're spending so that you know how much you have in your account. You can also ask your bank if they offer a savings overdraft transfer. If you choose this option, your bank will pull the overdraft amount from your savings account for a small fee. This can save you a lot of money if you keep money in your savings account. Checking accounts are a safe and affordable way to manage your money. Just make sure you set up your account and manage it in a way that prevents you from getting unwanted fees. Until next time, I'm Richard Reeve, and you can bank on this.
Thanks a lot, Richard. Time to take one more break here on CitySpan. When we come back, Kensington Park, Groveland in the spotlight, right here on your source for news, information, and entertainment, Savannah CitySpan.
You alright, dude? Do you need to see a doctor? I don't have a doctor. My mom just told me never to get hurt.
There are many reasons why health coverage is important.
For sports physicals and braces.
Because I need glasses.
In case I get really sick.
Most kids ages 0 to 19 are eligible for Medicaid or Peach Care. Call 311 and get enrolled today.
Our health, what matters most.
Welcome back to the stretch run of City Span, your source for news, information, and entertainment on and about the city of Savannah. Our SGTV series, My Historic District, continues. This month, we take you back to the 50s when Kensington Park, Groveland began.
Hi, I'm Ellen Harris from My Historic District. We're in the Kensington Park, Groveland neighborhood. This neighborhood was recently listed on the National Register of Historic Places, primarily because of the street pattern, which differs from what you typically see downtown.
If you think about downtown Savannah, everything's always been laid out on a grid pattern.
Pam Miller heads the Neighborhood Association for Kensington Park, Groveland, an area 3 miles south of downtown with roads twisting and turning under the grand oak trees. The neighborhood features mostly ranch homes made of brick, a development from the 1950s giving residents city living with a country feel.
So it was the first time you weren't in those little tight encapsulated areas like downtown, yet you weren't really out in the country, so we were kind of in between. The advertisement for this development talked about how this was a house for mom and the kids. You know, it was big yard space, big play space, get the kids outside, and generous kitchens for mom.
The sprawling neighborhood features Reynolds Circle, a small quaint park where learning and knowledge is shared and promoted.
We started out with this one first, and you know, unfortunately it was a little high for the kids, so then we had another guy come out and build us this shorter one for the children. So we keep a nice stock of adult and children's literature, and we have somebody that monitors these to make sure that they're appropriate reading material. And we encourage people to come sit down. It's a beautiful tree-shaded spot, so come sit with your kids, read a book, get out. We're trying to encourage people to be out and be more active.
Which is the focus of one of Savannah's most active summer traditions. A unique feature, the Kensington Pool, original to the neighborhood, draws families from all over town. And it's the beauty and pride in their community that served as the impetus for seeking inclusion on the prestigious National Register.
The beauty of how the neighborhood was developed with the curvilinear streets, which really is a unique and first-time event. So, but I can tell you, when we became a historic district, I got a lot of flack from people saying, who do you think you are? Your houses were built in the 50s. And I had to remind people that not all history is ancient history. And as long as we qualified, we wanted to do what we needed to do to preserve this neighborhood. So now when people come in and they see the generous size of our houses, the big yards, and this neighborhood that's what it was touted to be. Letting people know that we cared enough about this neighborhood to protect it, and that just made other people care more about this neighborhood. And I'm a realtor, and I can see a big influx of people wanting now to live in Kensington Park. They realize the value of living in a neighborhood that's pretty much maintained its appearance since the 50s.
Kensington Park Groveland neighborhood, a great neighborhood for families and recently listed on the National Register of Historic Places. I'm Ellen Harris from My Historic District.
Our next stop in our series, the Victorian District, which is located to the south and west of Forsyth Park. That is definitely going to do it for this edition of City Span. Now don't forget, for the latest news and information about the city of Savannah, keep it tuned to SGTV. Visit our website, savannahga.gov, or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching, and thanks for making Savannah your home.